Mysteriously Recorded, and we're here today with the Q&A second take, because I recorded this before. If I sound off, it's because I have a new expander bar in my mouth, because it's supposed to make my palate wider so my teeth fit better, blah, 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 blah. So, I'll sound a little funny. Yeah, anyway, we'll get into updates. So, I want to quickly mention that earlier this month, from the 6th to the 11th, I had a VA buddy visit me. It's this dork. So that happened, and as I said, this is a second recording of this because in my first recording, I went ahead and rambled about the whole trip and everything I could recount from the best of my memory. I probably still missed some stuff. Obviously, I missed some stuff, but if you guys want to hear that, let me know. And I will either just clean up that recording, which also mentions stuff about the Q&A because that's what it was going to be included in, or I might just re-record it so it's a bit cleaner and has less backtracking, hopefully. But yeah, let me know what you guys want me to do down below, because I didn't want to just post an hour-long recording and you guys be like, what? Because I don't know if you guys want to hear about it. If you guys want to hear about it, you can. So, updates. I haven't been working on JoJo, but I have been working on JoJo. I have most of the audio edited for episodes 1 of 2 of Ask the Gangstars, but I just need to go in and remove a little bit of silences and fix up the pacing of the audio, and then the audio will be done, but I've been procrastinating it because I just don't want to do it. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry to Jack, who helped me with some of the voices, and he voiced Mista, Fugo, and Biacho, Mr. Ice. So, I feel super bad. And Dune March is supposed to be posted on April 20th, because 420 in the year 420, that's what Kenny would want, you know? So, I need to start recording that. I honestly should have recorded my lines before I left for spring break because I didn't have the expander bar in then, and I got my bar literally last week on Thursday actually. So fun. Not really, it's horrible, I hate it. And so yeah, June March is gonna be quite a bit shorter than we're all used to. I thought there was more art out than there is when I announced it, so I was like, oh. Well, I already announced that I was posting it, so we gotta go with it now. So, and that's all I have for updates. Was spring break, what's going on with these videos, and maybe how I had my heart ripped out, torn apart, and stomped on at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Ah! One of my all-time favorite YouTubers deleted a bunch of their videos. And I was an idiot who didn't download them. I'm so upset. You guys have no idea how upset I am. My heart is literally broken, and I had to finish off my mint and chocolate ice cream at like 3 in the morning because I was so sad. I normally don't get that sad over like anything. I mean, I understand wanting a clean slate and moving on and all that kind of stuff, and he's gonna be posting new videos or whatever in a different direction, but like, you could have left him up. Maybe just unlisted them. You guys don't want to hear about my whining, other than maybe it sounded kind of funny with me whining. I apologize, but that's all the updates I have. Is spring break, updates on videos, and emotional distress. Okay, so that being said, now we have our bases covered on how I'm doing. I'm not sick, by the way. If anyone was worried about me about coronavirus, I'm cool. I don't know why people would be worried about that, but I'm fine. No one needs to be worried about me, at least, for now. I hope everyone's doing okay. Let me know how everyone is, okay? I want to know. Oh, something else I remembered is I want to try to connect to everybody more, but I don't know how to do that because I can't live stream like I used to because my internet sucks and it's never going to get better until I literally move elsewhere and get another internet provider. And people don't really seem to care about my streams anyway, for the most part. So, give me some ideas on how to connect to everybody more, please, and thank you. So, we can get right into the questions now. Oreos or Chips Ahoy? There is no wrong answer. I don't know, that Loads Gambit makes me think that there is. Oreos. I've never been much of a Chips Ahoy person. I don't have anything against it, but I've always been more of an Oreo person. And maybe to get more interaction from the community, everyone tell me how you eat Oreos, if you eat Oreos. Do you eat them just straight up most of the time? I'm talking like most of the time. If there's certain circumstances where you eat them differently, that's different. I'm talking most of the time, how do you eat your Oreos? Eat them straight up? Do you twist them apart and eat the cream first? Or do you like dip them in milk? Because I dip mine in milk. And a quick tip is to use a fork and you just like stick it into the cream, and then you can use that to dip it. You never have to get milk on your fingers ever again. But yeah, I want to try to hear from you guys more, along with questions, obviously. So I can ask you a question, answer, and then you can throw any questions you have at me. You know? My Valentine's Day plans are to sit at home and not get dragged into the commercial scheme of the holiday. Bowling seems so fun, even though I'm not really good at it. I sound so funny and I'm so sorry. My tongue has to basically relearn how to make certain sounds because it has not a giant bar, but it has a bar straight across. So my tongue can't move where it used to. And it took years for me to get as good as I am, quotations, at bowling, so it takes a lot of practice. It's like a lot of other things because it is a sport. So I've actually been taking time away from bowling because of a wrist injury and stuff going on with my family. But you know, I hope you did well at your tournament. I got 8 out of like 42, I think. But I'm the type of person who's very much like Bakugo, or if it's not first place, I'm not happy with it. And I have to beat everybody else at their best too. So I share that trait with Bakugo from My Hero. And your voice acting is great, don't you dare say otherwise, because that would be incorrect. I mean, to each their own, I guess. I mean, I'm glad that it makes other people happy, but I'm not fully happy with it. Well, I'm gonna ask more random stuff. 1, what inspired you to do YouTube? Other YouTubers mostly, because I wanted to try to be like a light in this world in a sense, and light up people's days a little bit, and I feel like I've been doing a miserable job at that recently, but because YouTubers would make me feel better when I was having bad days and stuff like that. A YouTuber I mentioned earlier who deleted their video. I'm so sad. I don't need to drive this in. I'm sorry. So I just wanted to help brighten people's days, you know, as best as I can. So that was what really inspired me to do YouTube. And I dreamed about doing YouTube for like years and years. Did I ever really think at the time when I started to think about it that I'd be doing voice acting? No. I originally wanted to be a gamer, actually. But I don't play video games enough. 2, what made you get into voice acting? So when I originally started watching anime, I was like 11 to 13, and I was watching the English dub for Full Metal Alchemist. And it fully hit me then that voice acting was a thing. I mean, I was kind of aware of it because the voices had to get there somewhere, but it didn't like fully hit me the same way until then. I was like, yo! Voice acting, that's so cool! And then I did not think about it again for several years until I was like 14, 15 or so. And then I watched a Liver Pepper dub, actually, before I basically stole the series, from Roxas Heart, as they were named at the time. They're named Young Something now. I'll put them up on screen, but they inspired me to do that because I watched a video and I was like, no, that's so cool! I want to do that! I'm gonna do that! And then I did. And then I basically stole the Liver Pepper series. And it's mine now, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I prefer mine over theirs. I don't know if that's because I have more episodes out, or if I just like the voices better, which sounds so narcissistic. I'm so sorry. 3, what's your favorite color? I'd have to say blue, just to pick a simple answer, because I was that one person who, basically, as you get older, I feel like some people are like, yo, colors are cool, and then they don't have a favorite, but I think just out of a simple answer, I'm gonna say blue, because I quite enjoy it, I use it a lot on my channel, and it's just blue. 4, what's your favorite season? Of what show? I think I'm funny. autumn, because it's, I don't know, it's just where the weather, I mean, not in the place where I live, but we only have like 2 weeks of autumn, but it's where the weather starts to become like the perfect temperature, and then, I don't know, just the vibe that autumn gives and how it's coming into winter is great. And then, because like with spring, pollen starts, and then sneezing, so, I mean, there's lovely weather then, too, because everything's finally warming up and all that fun stuff, but autumn's where it's at. 5, what do you think of Kappa? I was really stressed about it at first, but it hasn't affected me personally at all, so I had no reason to stress, which I mean is the story of my life, but that is beside the point. So, and as far as I'm aware, it hasn't really hit any of the YouTubers I watch, so yeah, that's about just. 6, how are you doing? I don't know how to answer this, because I'm fine. I'm healthy, my family's healthy during this whole coronavirus thing. The stores being out a lot of stuff sucks. So people are panic buying because of panic buying, which is super weird, because they buy things because they're panicked that the other panicked buyers will buy things. So there's a lot of panic there, but I don't think I'm necessarily really that panicked personally. But, and as for how I'm okay is the simple answer, because I don't want to get into it necessarily, which is super weird, because I always wanted to be like open and honest with everyone and not shy away from stuff, but at the same time, I want my channel to be a positive place, and so I personally try to keep as much negativity away as I possibly can. So it's a weird standstill there. How are you though? I want to know how everyone is. Also along with the Oreo question. So how's everybody and how do you eat Oreos? I hope you have a dope morning / afternoon / night. Bye! It is 4:23 p.m. March 25th. In case people were wondering. This is about the same time I was recording the first take of this on the 23rd. Funny. Maybe like anywhere from 3 to 5 is my preferred recording time now that I think about it. Well, for Valentine's Day, none of my friends want to be my Valentine. The dude I like said his Valentine is himself, and of course, no one in my family will be my Valentine. So if you could be my YouTuber Valentine, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, plan on being on YouTube and playing KH games, so that's something. Now for a question. How are you doing? Is everything good? Sorry for making this so long. It's not very long at all. Besides, I love long comments. I love the short comments too. I love any nice comment to me. Not gonna lie. And yeah, I just answered that a second ago, but I'm doing okay. So, bit curious. Do you like musicals? If so, which is your favorite / favorites? Okay, so many years ago, I straight up hated musicals. I just was not about it. But then I've listened to a couple. I'm not like super into musicals. I'm not a giant musical nerd. But my favorite is Be More Chill, and I've listened to it a good several times now. And I luckily have a recording where it was one of their stage productions. So I have all the bits in between the songs, and it's awesome. I've also listened to, and it's not going to be very surprising, it's very mainstream, but like Dear Evan Hansen, Heathers, the Percy Jackson musical, and I think that was it. There may have been another one, but 6, which was a musical about the wives of Henry VIII. So I've listened to those. Have you watched the Sonic movie? How are you going to react to that? You're the coolest. I'm pretty sure you meant the coolest, and thank you. I did watch the Sonic movie. If I do end up posting the recounting of my spring break with my buddy Wag, I do talk about it a bit there, but I don't know if you guys want to hear about it, so I'll just do a quick thing on this. For me personally, it's one of those movies where you need to turn your brain off in order to enjoy it. Because I'm the type of person who nitpicks the hell out of things. My dad constantly has to tell me to stop and just watch, because I will nitpick. So, and I wouldn't say I've been a Sonic fan my whole life, but Sonic has been involved my whole life. I grew up with Sonic quite a bit, so there would have been nitpicking from that, because I grew up with Sonic and it wasn't canon to the universe of Sonic. in how the world of Sonic works, but overall I enjoyed it. It was a very cute movie. Please do Ruby Comic Dubs! Sorry, caps were on. I don't think I will, really. I'm not necessarily super into it. In fact, I've only ever watched one episode. I'll never say never in this case, because I can get super into it maybe later on. But as I mentioned, I had that one recording of Ruby Rose. It was for an old buddy of mine who I haven't talked to in forever. I hope she's doing okay. I may have the original recording somewhere. I might be able to find it. Is anyone interested in that? Because I could post it in the next Q&A if so. If I can find it. I'm pretty sure it's on my laptop though. So if anyone wanted to hear my horrible Ruby Rose for like a text post, then let me know. Hey Mysteriously, it's Emerald Spider from Discord. I have a new blog I found called Batman and Sons. I tried to find you in my Discord servers, but I couldn't find you. So I don't really know who you are. And I will have to look into that. I mean, I say that, but I swear I need to start writing all this stuff down because I can't tell you how many people have brought stuff up to my attention. I'm like, oh, I'll look into that. And then I forgot because I am awful at doing that because I get sidetracked very easily and I forget about it. So I need to start writing it down, I swear. February. Hello, howdy, and hi. Mysteriously recorded. I probably said that wrong, but I don't care. And happy Valentine's Day too, I guess. But it's not like I like you or anything. There's a chocolate bar emoji there. Thanks to you for answering my questions so thoroughly this month. Got a few more for you to go into equally in depth. Question 1. Out of any non-Batman fictional characters named Robin, which is your favorite Robin and why? I actually don't really know of any hardly. So I'd have to just say the male Robin from Fire Emblem. Because I played the demo on the 3DS a couple years ago and I thought he was very cute. So, ayo. Q number 2. What anime protag power would you want between the Death Note, One for All, Batman Money and Brains, or a JoJo stand? Okay, first of all, Batman is not an anime. Wait, I mean, there is Ninja Batman. Does that really count here? So, I'm gonna quickly strike off the Death Note because I don't want to do my soul. Although, I don't know how many people are aware of this, but there is a Death Note sequel one-shot that came out this year, and this kid just like, I'm just gonna make a lot of cash and let people use the Death Note. And I won't have to lift a finger and make hella cash. I didn't read it, I just know of it. So, strike that out. One for All, hell no. My body is not in a condition to ever have that power, nor will my body ever be in that condition, so I don't want to explode. Batman Money and Brains or a JoJo stand? Personally, I think I'd rather have a JoJo stand. I could use it to make money, but a JoJo stand would be neat. Tress, macaroni and cheese or spaghetti without meat? Mac and cheese. And now I want some, so I hate you. 4. Celebrity crush. Okay, I don't know if I really have on any celebrities per se, but if we're talking like just like internet personas, like cosplayers or YouTubers and such, I'm not gonna say because no one needs to have that kind of power over me. And finally, Fiv. Yes, I'm gonna pronounce it that way. If you could choose one day from your memory to relive every time you go to sleep, what would that day be? The day I got my dog, because, that's one, I don't know, it was a really good day, actually. So, my best friend at the time, who I am no longer friends with, came home recently from visiting her family in New Mexico. So we decided, like, yo, we'll go get dinner. So we went to the local Japanese place. I got pork katsudon. And she jokingly proposed to me with a ring pop. Like, we had been planning for like weeks at that point because we thought it was hilarious, and it was. I don't have the ring pop any longer because it melted, so I'm very sad. I still have a picture of the ring though, so ayo. And then we went to Chili's and split a molten lava cake, and now I want molten lava cake, so I hate myself. And then when I got home, I was like a little scared because my parents were like, do we want to show you now? Do we want to wait? I was like, what's going on? And I was led back to my parents' room, and then my dad was holding a little puppy, and it was my puppy, and it was Cass, and she was so small and so cute, and I loved her so much. I literally gushed about her the exact same in the first recording of this Q&A. I love her so much. So that would be the day I'd love to relive. Thank you so much for answering my questions. I look forward to what you got in production. Take it easy. Also, while we're talking about JoJo, Wag started watching JoJo, so people need to go start harassing him about it. And JoJo dub when? Not, especially if you have curdled egg in the ice cream. Shrugs. Meh, it happens. Homemade lemon curd is nice. Okay, haven't done a comment in a while, but first of all, Happy New Year and Valentine's Day. Thank you. I hope you had a good one as well. Or good Happy New Year and Valentine's Day. Okay, have you played the Read My DLC or heard the music? Vector to the Heavens is the best. Oh, have you seen Netflix's Castlevania? A warning, if not, it's not for the faint of heart. I just chipped my nail polish and I literally painted it last night. Ah, I'm so upset. Okay, I have not. I'm pretty sure you're referring to the Kingdom Hearts DLC. I believe that was what it was called. I haven't even watched a playthrough of the game yet. And it's been over a year, right? I'm so bad at getting around things. But, yeah, I don't have a PS4, so I have to watch somebody else play it. And Castlevania is on my list of things to watch, actually. And I'm pretty sure I'll be able to handle it. So, quickly mentioning something. I think it was a little while back. Me and my dad watched, I think it was a Netflix one. It was called Dracula, I believe. It was so messed up. We watched one episode, and it was so messed up. Part of me wanted to continue with the series, because I was like, I started this, I need to finish it, but I haven't. I've never gone back, and nor do I think I will. It was I hate it so much. I hate it. I hate it so much. So gross. I hate it. Have you made a plush toy of yourself yet? No, but I want to. When I originally started thinking about merch, I wanted to have a little plush robin bird in my colors. That'd be so hype. But most people don't particularly care about my merch. So, and I'd have to get on with a more official merch site and do my own custom merch to be able to probably do that. Kind of like people like Jacksepticeye or Graham Grumps and stuff like that. But I'm on Teespring. I also have some stuff up on TeePublic and Redbubble, depending on what kind of merch you're looking for. But, yeah. Question 1. Is Kingdom Hearts Twins Episode 7 coming? Yes, at some point. I cannot tell you when, but I am closing in on how much art I have left, so I'm trying to space it out a bit, because art hasn't really been updated very much. So, Q2, if you need someone to do Cage voices, tell me. My brother does voices. Okay, so if we're talking about just funny voices in general, that doesn't fully count for voice acting. Because voice acting isn't just being able to do a voice, it's also about being able to act. And Twins is one of those series that I'm super possessive over, and I don't know if I'd ever let anyone else voice act it with me. Same with my Bat Fam. Like, I'm very weirdly possessive over it. And if anyone ever mentions, like, oh, I'd love to voice in it, or if you're ever looking for a voice actor, hit me up. And I'm just like, no, it's my boys. I'm very possessive. Question 3. Is Ask Aqua Episode 3 coming out? Yes, it's being worked on right now. The artist Moon, he's also my artist, kind of, I don't know. He answered this too, as you can see. One answer, yes, I do cosplay. I did one as Kairi from Kingdom Hearts. I also did Deku Kid from Soul Eater and Sora from Kingdom Hearts 1, which is so cool. I'd love to see pictures of them if you were willing to show me somehow. I don't know, send them to me through Discord, tag me on Twitter, send me a link to Instagram, I guess. I can view it and then comment on it later. I don't know, if you have pictures, I'd love to see them. And that is the last question we have. Thank goodness, partially because I've been recording for 30 minutes. So, I ramble so much, oh my goodness. You wouldn't expect that from me, from being an introvert amongst introverts, and I do not joke when I say that. I am so introverted. It's not even funny. Oh goodness. So, as always, if you have any questions, hit me up with them. I'd love to hear your answer on how everyone is doing. How is everyone spending their quarantine? I'd love to hear about it. And I'd love to hear about how people eat their Oreos, if they eat Oreos. So, thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk into your ear holes later. MR, over and out.